A&P up here.
Welcome to Freedom Watch Afghanistan. I'm Staff Sergeant Trevor Pedro. Afghan and coalition medical care providers continue to make a difference throughout the country, with southern Afghanistan's Herat province the latest to reap the benefits. The U.S. Special Operations Civil Affairs team opened a new clinic in the Shindad district this week. More than 400 villagers took part in the grand opening, with many of them receiving treatment and medications from both Afghan and coalition doctors. 8 Afghans are currently employed at the clinic, holding jobs in medical, cleaning, maintenance, and security positions. U.S. combat outposts are scattered throughout eastern Afghanistan. Marine Sergeant Jeremy Ross shows us how one group of soldiers is protecting one of those tiny installations with some long-range firepower.
Combat outpost Najil is pretty isolated. Nestled near the base of a mountain in eastern Afghanistan's Logman province, it's the sort of place where if you want something done, you probably have to do it yourself. That's exactly what the mortar section of Task Force Pacesetter has been up to over the last couple of weeks, as they seek to improve the position of their gun line.
Recently we've started building a new pit up higher on the mountain, so it gives us more visibility of the area and gives us better protection, less line of sight from the haystacks where we've received fire in the past.
The outpost is surrounded by mountains, offering enemies a target vulnerable to long-range attacks.
1, 3.
When the outpost comes under attack, its mortars are often its best defense, capable of lobbing explosive rounds onto targets more than 4 miles away.
We have targets pre-planned surrounding the entire area. We know their fighting positions that they've been using, so as long as we have PID, that we're able to automatically pinpoint it and we can adjust off of that.
Moving the gun line up the hill will increase the crew's range and expand their sectors of fire. In short, the higher the mortars, the farther the effective range, the safer the outpost becomes.
So at all hours of the night, we've been hit at 1900, we've been hit at 02 in the morning, we've been hit at 06 in the morning. Our guys are on those guns, ready up.
When insurgents think Najil is a tempting target, they might want to think twice, even if they're a few mountains away. Marine Sergeant Jeremy Ross, Combat Outpost Najil, Afghanistan.
Combat and operational stress teams travel throughout Afghanistan, providing care to service members facing difficulties while deployed. Staff Sergeant Jason Armstrong brings us this story of a soldier who found help at just the right time.
There's more to a military member than just the uniform. At times you have to look past the service and to the person. For Specialist Bruce Cantrell, that time came to a head while on his 4th deployment.
Lost my oldest brother. He died of AIDS. Another one of my brothers is diagnosed with terminal illness. My mom's pretty bad off, and my mother-in-law's pretty bad. She's probably not going to make it past this year. My father-in-law is in chemotherapy, and my other father-in-law is in kidney dialysis.
He had begun to seek, but on Easter Sunday of 2008, Cantrell had decided to permanently solve his temporary problems.
I had that mental breakdown, and I wanted to die. I really did. I was completely out of it.
Just before he swallowed the pills that he hoped would take his life, the phone rang.
And I called him, and I was like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm finishing up extra duty stuff. No, I said, no, you're not. You're done. You can get up here to church, and you can get here right now.
Since that day, Cantrell has continued to seek support from combat and operational stress, chaplains, friends, and family. Now, what was just a few months ago a story of depression and a cry for help has become one of success and hope.
I've had my ups and downs, but it's not bad. I'm accepting responsibility of what I've done and who I am. I'm figuring all that out, and it's not so bad.
For Specialist Cantrell, there has been a big motivating factor along his road to recovery.
My daughter is my biggest motivating factor. Suicide is the most selfish thing you can do. If you feel like you're depressed and you can't talk to anybody, go to Combat Stress. They're there to help you.
His next step is to get his degree in psychology so that one day he can work with stress cases in the civilian sector. Staff Sergeant Jason Armstrong, Bagram Airfield, Afghanistan.
That's all for this edition of Freedom Watch Afghanistan. I'm Staff Sergeant Trevor Pedro. Thanks for watching.